Good morning, everyone. It's Mark Wiens with migrationology.com and eatingthaifood.com in Bangkok, Thailand. It's just before 8 a.m. and this morning Ying and I have decided to go to an area in Bangkok called Bang Krachao, and we are jumping in a taxi right now. We are heading to, let me continue that. We jumped into a taxi and we are going to a temple, which is a pier on the river, the Chao Phraya River, and from there we're gonna take a little boat across the river. But I just wanted to mention also that where we are going, Bang Krachao, it's called Bangkok's Green Lung, but it's actually not technically in Bangkok. It is actually in the next province, which is called Samut Prakan, but it's just across the river and it's in the Horseshoe Bend within the river of Chao Phraya. The taxi driver just dropped us off at Bang Krachao Nok, which is Bang Krachao Pier, and we got dropped off right on the main road. We have to now walk down this canal to get to the pier. You don't want to fall into that water below, that's for sure. We just got onto the boat and we are crossing the river now. Oh man, this is nice. Really, really nice. I've been to Bang Krachao a number of times, but this is my first time from this point. So I've come from different sides. We just got off the boat at a temple. I'm not sure the name of the temple, but check out that view of Bangkok behind me. That is pretty awesome. We just rented bicycles. It is 30 baht for an hour, or you can rent the bicycle for the whole day for 100 baht. We went for the whole day, 100 baht, and we are off. These are not the best quality bicycles, but for the price, not bad at all.
ไปจนสุดถนนเล็กๆที่ขี่เนี่ยนะไปแล้วก็เลี้ยวไปซ้ายไปเรื่อยอ่ะไปซ้ายไปเรื่อยนะคะอย่าเลี้ยวขวาไว้กลาง
Okay, we just stopped to get directions, but I think there's a motorbike behind me. What I really love about biking here in Bang Krachao is biking on these small little elevated concrete walkways. It's so much fun. It's such a different world from Bangkok. And I gotta make a turn. Okay, successful. Oh, and there's a big dog. We biked over to one of the main parks in Bang Krachao, which is called Sinakhon Khun Khan. And this is a big lush park. We're gonna just ride around here for a bit, and it's a really nice morning. Good, definitely good to come early, both for the cooler weather as well as less traffic.
ชิดไหมครับใช่ครับ
อันนี้ขนมอะไรอะคะขนมใส่ไส้กับขนมกล้วยใส่ไส้กับขนมกล้วยขายไงอะคะอันละ5จ้ะมะขวิดหอมไหมครับหอมได้บอกหอมหอมครับหอมโอ้เดี๋ยวฟ้อนช้อนไปไหน
We were just biking around and I spotted a really nice grandmother who was selling, in Thai it's called makwit, and it is in English, makwit, and in English it's a wood apple. And anytime I see a wood apple in Thailand, in Bangkok, I have to stop and get it because it's one of the greatest fruits ever. And here it is, she actually cracked it open for us. It looks like a pool ball, or like yeah, it's very, very solid. It's actually like woody on the outside. She cracked it open expertly for us, and inside it's definitely not the prettiest, and it definitely smells like a ripe cheese. But she gave me a spoon, she cracked it open, and this one is, yeah, you can see all the seeds. It's been a while since I've had a wood apple. I love it. It kind of tastes like a combination of raisins and tamarind, but eating it by the spoonful, it really kind of smells like fermented cheese, but with a sweet and sour tinge to it. It definitely has a unique aroma, and it definitely doesn't look the prettiest of all fruits, that's for sure. But what I love about it is it's so unique, and yeah, I love the flavor too. Just finished with that wood apple. That was delicious. I'm a huge fan of wood apples. And now continuing on the bike ride. Also back where we stopped to eat the wood apple with Grandma, she also sold some little kanom, some little snacks, desserts, and we didn't eat them on spot, but we biked over here and now found a table, so I'm gonna try it. This one is called kanom sosai, and it is wrapped in a banana leaf and steamed, and you open up the little packet. This is kind of a dessert type of thing, and inside is a like pudding-like, mostly coconut, and what else is in here, Ying? Then gulai maiครับ? Mostly coconut, and แล้วก็อันนี้อะไรครับ? มะพร้าว It's all มะพร้าว I guess the whole thing is มะพร้าว I guess the whole thing is coconut. Let me take the little stick and take a little bite of this. Look at the inside of that. It's very, very jellyish. It's kind of falling apart, so I gotta grab it with my finger. Oh, that's sweet and a little bit salty, and it's like coconut custard pudding on the outside, and then the inside has like shredded coconut inside. We brought back our bicycles. We're back at the pier now. We are now gonna take the boat back, and then we might just jump in a taxi to go eat, and then we're gonna go to the Klong Toi area and to the market. And in just minutes, we are back to the Bangkok side, back into the city life from the beautiful country, which is just across the river. We took a taxi over to this restaurant, which is called Hang Chung Sang, and it's kind of a Chinese name, but it's right on the backside of Talat Klong Toi, which is the market, the big market. And this restaurant is very, very well known in this area for kway tiao nua, which are beef noodles, but actually what most people order is gao lao nua, which is with no noodles, but just all the beef and all the goodness served with rice, so as a side soup. And this is a really, truly majestic restaurant. At the front there, they just have the eternal boiling pot of beef, and it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So this is called in Thai nua mo phai, and it is just a beef fire pot. There's charcoal in the center, so it will stay bubbling and boiling throughout our meal. And we got everything. So there's innards in here, there's tripe, there are beef pieces, there are meatballs, there's tendon, there is all sorts of stuff, and then it's topped with a bunch of I think it's just morning glory, water morning glory, but I gotta taste that broth before I do anything else. Just look at that broth. You can see that shimmer, but then you can also see a little bit of like curdled blood in there, I believe. And I wish you could smell the aroma. It is unbelievable good. I can smell a hint of like cinnamon aroma, plus just that beautiful beefy aroma as well. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, it has a sweet tinge to it. And then it's also kind of like garlicky, and you can taste maybe like some cilantro, some celery in there. I don't know what, and of course all that beefy goodness flavor as well. Okay, and what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to mix your own sauce for the beef. This is like a chili vinegar, I believe. And let me add one more into the sauce bowl. And then you can add some more chili flakes. Add some chili flakes. Oh, I might need one more scoop of the vinegar. And then also add a little bit of fish sauce in there. And that will be the dipping sauce for my beef. Okay, I'm going in for that piece of beef. Oh, okay. And a little bit of morning glory, or what is that kind of vegetable? Maybe that, yeah. Oh, and I got a piece of tripe to go with it. Dip it quickly in that sauce. And then I'm gonna follow that with some rice. Okay, it's time to fish out a beef meatball now. Let that relax in the sauce for a little bit. Oh, and I'm gonna turn it. Do a complete meatball rotation in the sauce. Oh, that should be good. That's really good for a meatball. Because I think it's 100% beef. And it's really, really bouncy. Yeah, that good texture. They also serve musate here, which is pork satay. And we decided to try it as well. Quick dip into the peanut sauce. Oh, I wasn't even expecting to get the whole thing in one bite. It just slid off though. That is a little bit fatty, but that is really good. That is nice and juicy. You can actually taste the coconut milk on the pieces of pork. And also it has a really, really nice smoky grilled flavor to it. And then you can poke up some of these pickled vegetables to go with your musate after that. Yeah, actually that's some very good musate actually. Yeah, but nothing can compare to this beef fire pot, which is just incredibly awesome. I'm gonna go in for this now. This piece definitely looks like it needs a good dipping in the sauce. That is a little bit on the chewy side. Ying and I just finished off our first fire pot. That was incredibly good, and it was so good in fact that we decided to order another fire pot. But oh, is it coming? It's coming right now. Oh. The only thing better than one fire pot of beef is 2 fire pots of beef. We ordered our first fire pot with everything in it, so it had all the insides and all the organs and random bits of the cow. But for our second fire pot, we ordered just all nubai. And that is just beef, like braised beef. And so if you just want the straight up chunks of beef, I guess there might be a little bit of tendon and stuff on it, but mostly just straight up chunks of beef. Just order for only nubai. And then you won't get any of those organs. And Ying and I ordered an extra bowl of pak bung, which is morning glory, to add to the soup. And as soon as any vegetable goes into that broth, it will truly enhance it. And also, they actually add some of this, in Thai it's called Krachao jiao, which is just deep fried garlic. But they add some of this to the soup, but they have it on their menu to order more, and there's no way I could resist ordering more because this is one of the main fragrances in the soup. So I'm gonna sprinkle some of this in. Okay, I'm gonna save a little bit as well. That water morning glory has been simmering in here for a couple of minutes. I think it's time to eat. Those little stems of morning glory are like little straws that are filled with all that broth. Oh man, and then that fragrance of the fried garlic, that is just an absolutely beautiful thing. Our second fire pot was equally as good as the first fire pot. And actually, you're eating the hot soup and it's so good that you don't even notice how much you're sweating and how hot it is. My entire shirt is like drenched in sweat, but I didn't even realize it until I took a break. I love everything about this restaurant. It's one of the best beef restaurants in Bangkok, I think. And actually, I first came here. Dwight, my friend Dwight, brought me here for the first time years ago, and it has been one of the top beef restaurants I've loved in Bangkok ever since. Thank you to Dwight. We are now gonna walk over to Klong Toi Market. We're gonna walk through the market, but I feel like I could just go back to the hotel right now and call it a day after that. But yeah, we are gonna walk around the market and try to do a few more things. Actually, it's a good thing we went on that bike ride this morning though. We are now walking through the main walkway in Klong Toi Market, and this is Bangkok's biggest This is Bangkok's biggest wholesale distribution fruit and vegetable and meat and fresh market. So a lot of food passes through this market. It's always action-packed, and it's actually open 24 hours a day. One of the best times to come here is late at night or very, very early in the morning, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 3 a.m. But you can come here throughout the day. We're here now, it's actually right about noon, and it's still, as you can see, very busy. Plenty of vegetables and fruit to see. And then also within this market, you can also find a lot of like cooking supplies, utensils, you name it, you can find it in this market. I'm now walking through the seafood fish section of the market. Still plenty of seafood, but definitely this area is booming early in the morning, and it's quite quiet now in comparison, but still great to walk around. I love to eat, and that's why I love to walk around markets and check out all the fresh ingredients. But this market is just always exciting. Walking down another alley in the market now, and this alley is full of kitchen utensils and home utensils. You know, all of the metal cups and metal plates, you can buy them all here, and lots of cool things. One of Ying's favorite snacks or fruits to eat is tamarind, sweet tamarind. And so she just bought, did you just buy a kilo, Ying?
Half kilo.
She just bought a half a kilo of sweet tamarind. I'm gonna eat one. Let me find a nice, oh here we go, a nice beautiful long one. So this is a sweet tamarind, and it's like a hard woody shell on the outside, and what you have to do is kind of crack it open and then revealing the fruit underneath. And actually, just because I ate a wood apple earlier today, it's kind of like a wood apple. It has this like woody shell and then kind of like a veiny interior. And so I just peeled off a little piece, and it's kind of hard to eat those like woody strings on the inside, but you just sort of pull out the fruit. Oh, that's nice and sweet. It's like, yeah, to me it has kind of a raisin flavor. Kind of just like wood apple, actually. Except it's more sticky, almost like a jam. So it's almost like eating jam right from the pod. Tamarind is used in a lot of cooking, but it's also wonderful to just snack on like a fruit. Jam in a pod. I'm gonna finish off the rest of this pod in one bite. If you like markets and just the market scene, the atmosphere, the food, the ingredients, I would really recommend checking out this market, just walking around, exploring this market when you are in Bangkok. So much to see and just a great place. From here, I think we're gonna go back to the hotel for a bit, do a little bit of resting, and I'm not actually sure what we're gonna do after that for the rest of the day. I wasn't planning to buy any of these bananas, but a guy came by with a cart and it was so beautiful. He had so many things on the grill that I couldn't resist, and so I got a couple of bananas. And I already ate these a couple days ago on the vlog, maybe like a week ago at Wang Lang Market. This is called Gloi Hap Muk, and it's grilled in the shell. Just look at that custardy banana just popping out of the shell. This is one of my favorite snacks. Sweet and sour and custardy and banana-y. We spent a couple hours back at the hotel and we really didn't have any plans to do anything other than maybe eat dinner somewhere around the hotel. But Dwight gave us a call and wanted to meet for dinner, so we're on our way to go meet Dwight for dinner at a Vietnamese restaurant called Vietnamese and More. And Dwight has already been eating, so he got, dude, what is this? What is this one? This is mu ya tod. It's like Vietnamese sausage fried, and then over here is a half of a banh mi sandwich with, is it meatballs inside? Oh, the meatball sub.
ไอ้ที่เป็นข้างหลังใช่ป่ะคะเส้นข้างหลังใช่ป่ะคะอ๋อไอ้ที่มันอยู่ใกล้ๆโบสถ์นั่นน่ะ
Okay, fried sausage. Oh, that's good. That, it has a really nice black pepper flavor to it. Okay, next up for the meatball sub.
ตกแบบทุกทีทั้งท่านะคะกระบี่ตกตลอดเวลา
Oh, that's good. Oh, that meat is so tender. That's like a, yeah, that's a great meatball. It is wrapped up in tomato sauce, and then you have that Vietnamese pickle. There are carrots and daikon, and just with that faint hint of cilantro in there to just wrap it all together. Oh, and on top of that, the bread is nice and crispy as well. I liked Dwight's meatball sub so much that I decided to order it again, and this one is nice and fresh. Yeah, these meatballs are really good. Oh, can you hear the crustiness of that bread? I'm gonna add a little more garlic to mine.
There's some straight chili sauce right there.
And a little bit of chilies too. Oh yeah, for that extra burn. Cheers, man.
Cheers, buddy. It oozed. Mine oozed.
That's awesome. And with that extra raw garlic. Oh, that's fantastic.
It's pretty loud.
That was a delicious meatball sub at Vietnamese and More. We are now gonna walk down through the neighborhood and we might stop off at another restaurant. And this is a restaurant called Kiao Muang Jin. And this is a Chinese restaurant, famous, that Dwight has been to a couple times. Famous for, what is it called in Thai? Makua French fries.
Yeah.
They are eggplant French fries, and they look remarkably like a pack of French fries, except they are green in color and drizzled in some kind of dark sauce. And let me grab a few. That's good. Oh, they're so crispy on the edges. And then inside, just like eggplant, is kind of that mushy gushy eggplant texture. And then the sauce is a little bit sweet and a little bit sour. Okay, and then this one our final dish is mapo tofu.
So hot.
Tofu is really nice and really silky smooth and really fall apart tender. And then it's a different kind than I have had at other restaurants. It's more of a dark, like oyster sauce tasting sauce. Not so much of a chili like tasting sauce, but very good. For our final stop tonight, we just came across the street and we are at a Thai desserts shop that serves Nam Keng Sai, which are a bunch of different toppings, which are all up front at the shop. You basically just choose what you want in your bowl. There are all sorts of jellies and beans and some random fruits, all sorts of little candies and stuff. They put it all at the bottom of your bowl, top it with ice, crushed ice, and then the ice is on top, and then Ying got it with coconut milk, and I am just gonna sample hers. We are sharing one. So let me see if I can get, oh, I think those are water chestnuts, and then, yeah, some of the ice, and there's some other random jellies below here. It's nicely coconutty, and the ice is it's more like shaved ice, so it's not completely fine, but it has a crunchiness to it.
Can you scoop some up for me?
And then those are they're kind of like candied water chestnuts.
All right, you got
The coconut jelly is pretty good. I think I'm gonna end the vlog for today right here. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and also leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you tomorrow for the next video.